Hey everyone, it's Mike Adams, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up your very own Plastiq account so that way you can start using it to pay your mortgages, your auto loans, your student loans, using your credit cards. So that way you can utilize the velocity banking strategy and as well any other points or credit card point strategies that you might be using. So to go ahead and get started, just go ahead and you click right up here and you go ahead and enter your email address. Okay, and you click get started. So once you put in your email, now it's going to go ahead and ask you to confirm that your email address and that you are real. So what this is telling me is confirm in the next 15 minutes to get the Plastiq fee waived on your first $50. So cool, you get a little kicker if you go ahead and confirm your email. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that right now. Okay, and I can see the email right here for Plastiq, create your account. I'm going to click that. And then scroll down here to go ahead and create my account. So this is going to go ahead and confirm my email address. Looks like it's bringing me right back to Plastiq here. And it says, thanks for confirming your email. And it's going to waive the first $50 in fees on the first $50 in bills. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of this information. Okay, I'll be making payments for myself. And again, you'll just fill this out. Okay. Boom and boom. And now, and again, this is where you can add your referral code. So if you have a referral code, okay, you may have clicked a link to get to the Plastiq site to where the code may already be in there. Okay, so if you're coming off somebody else's referral, if they gave you a link, chances are the referral code's already in there. Or if they gave you a referral code, if you're looking to hook that referrer up, this is where you'd want to put it. So you click here and it's just going to ask you for the short code. And again, all this does is provide you with a bonus when you first use the service. You got to use when you send out your first $500 worth of bills or pay $500 worth of bills using the service. It will then reward you with a 500 fee-free dollars. For the next $500 in bills you pay, you'll be able to avoid the fee. And whoever referred you here will get some fee-free dollars as well. So it really just creates a bonus. So if somebody gave you a code, definitely use it. This is where you'd put it. But either way, you'd pop that in there, and then you'll click Create Account and Log In. So that's all it takes to set up a Plastiq account. What happens now? Okay, now that you have your account, there's really two things for you to start setting up. Number one is you want to start putting in the credit cards that you want to use for this service. So maybe you have a particular line of credit where either A, the transfer fee is too high, or B, they're just not offering transfers, but you got room on this line of credit, you want to use it for velocity banking, or you're just looking to start, paying your rent, paying your mortgage, paying your loans, using this line so that way you can rack up rewards points, things like that. And the 2.5% fee is offset through all these different rewards and bonuses, things like that. So if you've been able to justify that, and that's why you want to use that card, this is where you'd want to add that. So you'll just click over here, add your first card. You'll click it here. And this is where you'll put in all of that credit card information, okay? And I already have, this is a fresh account. I already have my own account set up. So when in a future video, I'm going to show you guys how it works on the inside. So I already have my own cards in there, but this is simply put where you'd fill that out, save your card information, okay? And then once you have a card on file, then you can now pay a bill with it. And what you would do is you would go over here to where it says manage recipients. Okay, give that a click. And then scroll down here and it's going to ask you to add a recipient. So a recipient is who do you want to send the money to? Okay, who is your mortgage company? Who is your credit card, or I'm sorry, your auto loan company, or your student loan company, or your whatever loan company, or who do you pay your rent to? Okay, by clicking add a recipient, okay, and then you're going to start following these steps, okay, and you're going to put the name of the recipient or the name of the company. Okay, so let me, for example, let's say, and we have our mortgage with Quicken Loans. So I'll type in Quicken Loans. Okay, and where does your payment need to go? What country? It'll be the United States. Okay, and again, this service is only available for bills that you're going to pay in US dollars or Canadian dollars. So keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And so by searching it, and check it out. Okay, so obviously Quicken Loans is a pretty big company. So by just typing in the company name there, they were able to find it. So I'd be able to go ahead and click right here and then click continue, right? But let's say you were gonna pay a smaller company. Maybe it's a small business. Maybe you're paying rent to your landlord's company, such and such management company or LLC, something like that, to where the auto system here isn't gonna find the business. If that's the case, then you would click here where it says none of the above, there is no match, okay? Or this first option may not even be there, it may just ask you. So again, if it's a small company, it's probably not gonna pop up here, so you would just click none of the above here. I'll add the recipient myself, you'd click continue, okay? And then from there, you gotta let them know how you want them to get paid, okay? So again, being as how Quicken was already in the system, right? Quicken, big company, they're already in the system. So if it's if you got a major bank as your mortgage company, it'll probably pop up right here. You can just click this, click continue, and then from there you'll probably just go ahead. Okay, it just looks like, okay, when sending a payment, we need to click the address where you typically send a check. Okay, and they're going to check to see if it's eligible for electronic delivery. Okay, so but either way, what it's asking you for is the payment address to where you would typically send your mortgage payment. Okay, so you would just pop that in here and you would go ahead and click continue. Okay, I'm going to go back. Okay, I'll go back one and go back here, and let's say I click none of the above. Okay, so let's say it didn't pop up. I put in John Smith LLC, my rent company, okay, or small mortgage company. Okay, maybe you got your mortgage through a local mortgage broker and they didn't pop up here. So you put none of the above, add the recipient yourself, and from there put that they need to be mailed a paper check, and then from there the next step would be to pop in the address of that recipient. Okay, and so I'll just pop some info in here. Okay, and obviously this info is not correct, but for the example, I'm just going to go ahead and click continue. And it, and again, because it knows Quicken Loans, it's telling me, hey, this isn't exactly correct. And the bottom line is this: I don't believe that this address that they're giving me here for Quicken Loans lines up with exactly where I mail my payments. So you want to make sure, okay, that you're using the exact address. Take a look at the statement that they send you. Take a look at your online statement, log into your account, log into online statements, and verify that billing address as if, some folks don't actually mail in a check, you just pay electronically through your bank. That's how we always had done it. So as far as physically mailing in a check, we haven't done that in a very, very long time. But that's the address that you need for this. Okay, so make sure you verify and get the appropriate address so that way your payment gets to where it's supposed to go, as if you were mailing it yourself, okay? And then once you have that in there and you have the right address in there, okay, give them a little bit more information about the company itself, because what they want to do is they have their own verification process. Okay, you're going to put in this company information, the address. It's asking you now for the business's phone number or email, because they're going to, before they just send off the money, they're going to go through their own verification process to make sure that the money's going where you're telling it to go. Okay, so they have their own internal verification. So I'm going to put that this is my mortgage company. Okay, and then their phone number. Okay, and that's not necessarily their phone number, but that's just what I'm putting in. okay? And then from here, it's just going to ask me to review all the information that I put for this particular recipient. How, again, their name, their country, how do they want to get paid? We're going to have them, have Plastiq mail them a check. Okay, and it's also going to check and see if it's available for electronic delivery, which means it'll get there in less business days. Okay, if they got to mail a check, it'll take 5 to 10 business days to be received. Okay, but if a company can accept electronic delivery, it'll be there in usually 3 to 5 business days. Okay. And again, all the verification steps are in here. And then from there, you would just click Save, in my case, Quicken Loans, Save Quicken Loans. And now you have created your first recipient, okay? And from there, now the magic of this service can now happen because we've added a card that you can use to make a payment. We've added a recipient that you can send money to. The next step will be to actually start an actual payment. And all you need to do, okay, to initiate a payment using this service, now that you've loaded up a card and added the information for your recipient, is you just click Start a Payment. You select your recipient from your list, okay? And when we get into my active account, you'll see I got multiple in there, but you would just select the recipient, so Quicken Loans here, start the payment. And from there, it's gonna ask you a few final questions. Okay, you'll notice that we never put our mortgage account number in. Okay, so we haven't put that in yet. Okay, it's gonna ask us for it upcoming here. So you put the amount in here first that you want to send, okay? And then you put the date that you want this payment to arrive. Okay, so again, if you need this payment to arrive, let's say, by the 5th, okay, or let's say by the, again, looking at it, today is May 26th. And so, it's not the earliest it could even get there would be the 5th at this point. Okay, so we're looking at 26. So 27, 28, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 business days, 8 business days. Looks like we're looking at about 8 business days there, okay? So either way, we'll pop that in there. I'll just put the 6th. And I'll just put, this is not a repeat, okay? Because you can set this up with a recurring payment, or if it's just one time, I'm just gonna put one time for now, okay? And then the next step is to put the details about your loan. So they know where to send the money, but whose loan is it? So you put your name in there, your account number, okay? And then if there's any notes you need to put in there, typically not, okay? Again, if you're making a payment to your rent, maybe you're putting your apartment number in there or whatever your ID number is with your renter. Again, you wanna make sure that you're putting in all the same information as if you were, again, physically handing them or writing out a check, okay? And then you would just click continue. And at this point, guys, what it's gonna do is it's gonna ask me to, it's gonna say, hey, you have not entered a card yet, okay? And again, that's because I already have a different account for this. And this is really just an example account just to show you how to get it all set up and, and really load it up. But just like I showed you earlier in this video, if you follow those quick steps to enter your card information, it takes 2 seconds. And as you can see kind of in the background here, you can see that submit schedule button. It's right there to be clicked. So the last step for me, if I had a card loaded in here, would be to click that button. Okay, and from there, $1,500 will be sent to that recipient. It will charge my card for that $1,500 and also the 2.5% fee, okay, on this $1,500. So again, that would be about $37.50 fee in order to use this service, okay? But again, with the credit cards that I use and that I recommend, I get rewards, I get points on that. And then as well, there's all kinds of different ways to make that fee worth it, especially if we're looking at using this line of credit to do a big chunk payment for Velocity Banking. The savings and interest over here versus this small fee can definitely worth it as long as you have justified that fee and that expense. So there you go, guys. That's how you set up your Plastiq account. That's how you load up a card. That's how you add your first recipient. And again, guys, Plastiq is a fantastic service. I highly recommend this service. Again, if you want to get started with it, there'll be a link in the description to go ahead and get started with Plastiq. I will see you in the next training.